All right, welcome to another episode of Backyard Hang, starring, featuring, doesn't matter. We're here, and I'm here to tell you to follow us on social media, Backyard Hang, at Backyard Hang, across all platforms. Which platforms? Great question. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. YouTube's a big one for us. We are posting all of the video from the main feed 1 week later on our YouTube channel. So if you're a member of the Patreon, which I highly suggest that you should be, you get it day of, and you're also getting an extra full bonus episode that is full of hot, tasty gas. Sometimes we're showing our tits. We're saying names and numbers, and, we're giving out our bank pins. It's crazy over there. You want to get in on it, but you're getting a full episode extra on the Patreon, video, audio. And then on our YouTube, if you follow us, you're getting the video to this here main feed 1 week later than everybody else on the Patreon. So do that, follow us, and then thank you for listening.
Good morning.
Hello.
Welcome.
I'm still laughing. Sorry, I'm still laughing about right before we started, Tommy talking about how chapped his lips are. And there's real men working upstairs renovating the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about you walking out. Hey, guys, just got to sneak in here, get my chapstick.
Can we get a full stop down? I got to get my chapstick.
I got to get my chappy. It's cherry. Anyone seen a cherry chappy? Anyone's eyes on a cherry chappy
It's
in
a
here?
Burt's Bees.
Oh, Burt's, what
cherry
flavor?
Burt's Bees?
No, I don't even know they did flavor.
No,
Wow. I don't
they do
need
flavors, man. They do flavors.
Yep.
Dude,
I got
these-
a pineapple one. Change your life.
Look at that.
Really?
Yeah, just transport you to a beach.
Andy, you're gonna love this. I got, for this training to run a marathon, get these goo
Uh-huh.
packs.
I hadn't heard that you were training.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like to talk about it. I get these goo packs. Guess what I got yesterday?
What'd you get?
Pumpkin spice flavored goo, my man.
Oh,
Pumpkin
man. You know what?
spice flavored
Have you
goo.
had it yet?
I have not had it yet.
Yeah, you save that one up for a long run.
Saving it, baby.
You
Gonna
might
be
want to save that for the actual marathon. That's
You know
going
what?
to power you through.
When is the season over?
the season.
The marathon
The
season.
marathon season? Well, the marathon is November 16th, which I
Thank
believe
God.
is a Saturday.
That's what
and
I'm
then-
going to. When my family's gathered around the table at
Uh-huh.
Thanksgiving and they're saying, "What are you thankful for?"
Yeah.
I'm going to be thankful that Alex is no longer talking about running this marathon.
I don't talk about it. I don't talk outside of me bringing
you just
it up.
brought it up.
Outside of me
You
bringing
can't
it up.
bring it up and
Outs-
then say I don't talk about it.
Outside of me bringing it up unprovoked. I don't like to talk about it. But I don't talk about it. I really don't talk about it that much. I'm off doing my own thing, I'm just having a good time.
Well, you guys want to hear what we're going to talk about on the podcast today?
I'd love to.
Everett Johnagin had a tennis match. We're going to get a recap. Tommy's got a hot conversation starter. He's also got a Could You Rather. I got an album titles update.
Here we go.
Oh.
Alex has a new segment we're going to call The Stars. They're just like us.
Mhm.
That's how he wanted me to say it.
The stars.
And we
They're
got a
just like us.
gotcha, which I think we could start off with. I think you guys got a mutual gotcha. You
Yeah.
guys got to get each other.
Yeah, but
He
you
doesn't have
I'm
a
gonna
mutual
chime in.
gotcha.
Yeah,
It's a
you're
one-sided gotcha.
It's a
There's never been a
two-sided
one-sided
gotcha.
gotcha.
Nope.
getting got,
Nope.
bitch.
Nope.
You
Here's the
getting
thing.
got.
Who wants to get got 1st?
We just have to set we have to set the stage,
Set the
which
scene.
is we're recording on the eve of NBA tip-off.
Which on a
Mhm.
Tuesday for God
We're
knows why. It
all,
don't make a
it's
lick of
very
sense.
normal to have on a Tuesday. We're all excited about basketball. We all say we're basketball fans. We live in Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Lakers
Mhm.
are tipping off the
Bronny
season
James.
against Bronny. Let's see Bronny's debut against the Minnesota Timberwolves with
Uh-huh.
Ant-Man. Very excited game.
You're only doing nicknames this season. Is that right?
Ant-Man.
Man,
Yeah.
Ant-Man
Bronny.
versus Bronny James.
King
What a
James.
matchup it's going to be.
But I say, hey, you know what? Because the game's tipping off, the sun's down. I'm going to bring the projector out. We're going to put the game on the projector and watch it outside.
Mhm.
Have a small hang.
Yeah, of course.
Old son of a buck Alex here.
Yep.
Can't. I got a long run, which has been the thing he said every time I've asked to do anything for the last, I want to say,
I think-
4 months.
I think it's been.
I can't. I got to do a long
I think it's
run.
been 3 times you've asked me
It's
recently.
it's the last.
and here, let me
It's
tell you,
every time.
Let me tell you something. And I don't
Uh-huh,
like to. I
uh-huh,
don't like to
uh-huh,
talk about this, but
uh-huh.
this is the
Okay.
way that marathon
Yeah,
training
all right.
works: is
Uh-huh.
that you build up. You're running more and more as it goes on.
Yep.
So I'm running more than I have in the past 3 or 4 months. And
But
you're
the The gotcha is Jason Hellerman. Oh, I got a concert last minute. Boom, he's there. Let's go to Rocco's. Boom, he's there. Everywhere, I'm in Threads. Alex is like, I'm yes man.
Here, you know what? Let me pick up the baton and run the rest of the race. Is you're picking bad days, but also
I'm not picking bad days.
Also, a lot of the
NBA
hangs,
picks this day.
Also, the hangs that you're tossing out, you're not at. So, I mean, these hangs that I'm skipping some hangs, but guess what? You're also skipping some hangs. You're skipping some hangs. Pickleball, Cuban food, Rocco's Modern Life.
These are big group hangs where people are saying that they're like, hey, we're all going. I'm directly to you saying, Alex,
it's just going to be me and you in the backyard.
Would you like to do this?
So tomorrow, I'm leaving you hanging out to dry. It's just me and you in the backyard.
Just me. I mean, it's going to be just me now.
Andy, are you coming over tomorrow?
I'm going to come.
Okay, see, guys,
just
seems
me
like
and
this
Andy.
is kind of a group thing. It's kind of a group thing. You know,
I'm going to bang up my run in the morning.
So this is
I don't know why this guy's not running in the morning.
Because I'm not a
It's
morning
at
guy.
7 p.m.
I don't want to do it in the
Are you
morning.
running at nighttime?
It takes hours to do, and it's a little hot. We live in Los Angeles. I don't want to be running when
Alex
it's
got
85
this
degrees.
cool reflective jacket he's wearing. Is my guess.
Well, here's what I got.
You can't wear it in the daytime.
I got a headlamp I wear on the top of my head.
Do you really wear a headlamp?
I wear a little headlamp so people
You might
can
go in
see.
a cave at any point.
Well,
in time?
I want people to see me. It's not about me. I can see fine.
Do you put it on the back then?
Yeah.
I put it on the top of my head.
So it's facing forward?
Yeah.
So you're just going to get run over from behind?
Well, perhaps. That's the risk you
What
run.
if they shoot you in the face?
What is that from? What if they shot you?
That's
Is that
Dumb and Dumber.
What if they shot you in the face?
What if they shot you in the face?
Yeah. So I think this is clearly a mutual gotcha, and
I'm not gotcha. It's
you're not
really-
hanging. What are you doing when you're not hanging? I'm doing the
this
thing.
is my hang.
I'm
I'm
doing
doing the thing. I said I couldn't go. Someone
are you
very
doing?
close. My kid's nanny's dog died, and I couldn't go to the other hang. Is that what's is that
R.I.P. Sky
equal?
the Bulldog.
Is that what you're doing? Is
That- I've
equal
never
to you choosing to run at times that I specifically
two things.
arrange a hang?
I think two things can be true. One, that happened. Two, I've never heard a more made up excuse in my life.
Oh, it's very
a
tragic.
crazy-
We all cried. It's very
a crazy
sad.
thing. But what about the other times? You know what I mean? What about these other hangs?
I got life excuses here. I got real reasons.
Yeah.
We're playing them in the middle of the day in Culver City. I had to pick my kids
let
up
me
to take
help
them to
Alex
tennis.
out here. Let me help Alex for the
Yeah,
Tommy's
get
half
him.
of this gotcha. I'm going to get him for
Get
a
him,
second.
get
I'm
him,
gonna
Andy.
get- I'm
This
gonna get him for a
motherfucker.
second. And I'm
From
I'm
Santa
on board.
Monica?
I'm
Hold
on
on,
board
hold on.
with.
We're
I'm
gonna
on board
gotcha
with
from
Tommy's
Santa
gotcha.
Monica.
Let me let my dog off the leash. Get him, Andy.
I think the gotcha on Tommy isn't that he's not showing up to the hangs. It's that he complains to not be invited to every hang
You know,
that
that's
he
a great
was
point.
invited to. That's the gotcha that I'm bringing out of
That's
the
a
gate.
great point.
That's what's been in my
Here's
box.
the
I just
gotcha.
popped
I'm
it
gonna give
open.
back
I'm
to
gonna get ya.
Andy. And this is the gotcha back to Andy on that based off of that gotcha is, and I think this is just happening more, maybe as we're getting older, but there are times where something is clearly a bit that Andy is not clocking as a bit. Me saying I wasn't invited is a bit.
well,
Always.
Oh, well,
Let me-
I don't know about that.
let me take
I
up-
do not know about
I
that.
did it the other day. I
do
said
not know about that.
the other day I said
I
we
don't
should
think you
go
can
on
do
a
it for
hike.
real half the time, and then
I said
the
the other
half
day
of the time.
we were doing. I say, hey, let's all go on a hike. I say, let's go on a hike. We set a time. Alex, of course, can't fucking go.
well, I had another hike.
He
I had
went on a
competing
different hike.
I had a competing hike.
Then Andy's coming, and I say, Alex is like, I'm going to this other hike. Andy's like, well, I'm going to this hike, and I say, well, I wish I were invited. Which is clearly a bit because I started our like the one Andy and I went on that you chose not to was began with me.
Get in my car,
Yeah,
Andy.
yeah.
I'll drive us the rest of the way here. Is that the reason that works as a bit is because you often go, why wasn't I invited to that? That's what that bit is built on, is you complaining about not being invited to
I
stuff.
feel like the bit
It's
is
the starting point for the bit.
the bit has always been a bit of why wasn't I invited because I'm not able to make all these things.
But you also got to think about not being invited to stuff. I think this is a nuanced conversation we're having here. And
Oh, this
sometimes
is banana.
you get upset that you're not invited to stuff.
This is like when Andy texted us and was like, do you guys know Ron Howard did have a career after Andy Griffith?
Oh yeah, I remember that. And you guys got me. You were doing a bit, but I saw someone else posted on our Patreon. Did you guys not know?
Yeah, we got
I'm not
that.
the only one. You guys
That's
put
comedy.
that out in a way that people didn't know you were joking.
We're
Your
getting
joke was
people.
too subtle.
We're getting people.
No, that's
sometimes, you know what
perfect.
I mean? We're getting people. People are getting got. This is a gotcha pod. You know, if you listen, you might get got. There's no one is safe
Where's
from
my
getting
other
got.
dog?
I don't know.
Wow. Well, I don't know how we follow up everybody getting got like that.
Tally up the score. Let us know who won that.
Oh, Alex is the most
Please.
got.
I don't think so. I think I might come out clean here on this.
How was that hike?
Hard. The reason I'm going on a run today is because I have overworked my body, and
so the reason
I'm
you
injured.
can't hang out with us tomorrow is because you didn't hang out with us last week. There's like a a long tail to this.
If you want to write the sentence that way, I would choose to do it a different way. But it was very fun. Ryan's been for
Andy
years.
said it's hard.
Ryan calls this hike beast mode, and for years I've gone on hikes with Ryan in Glendale, and we walk by this little tiny trail that you would miss, and he goes, "See that? Beast mode. One day I'm gonna take you on that." He goes, "Beast mode's no joke." And so he's back. Ryan is back living in LA.
You go up through the park?
You go up through the park, you walk through the fire access trail, and then it's tough. It's like a mile and a half straight up, no breaks. You're just like you're using your hands at times. He made me bring a camel pack.
There's rungs,
and it's like a monkey bar thing.
Wait, you have the backpack with the water straw?
Yeah, I had to bring that for it.
That's
and then
fun.
before that, I go where we just walk, and I go, "What are those?"
I put whiskey in it.
There's these old stone stairs. I go, "What are those?" He goes, "Oh, that goes up to a little lookout." And we go up there, and he goes, "You know what? I was wrong. This doesn't go to a lookout." And it's just it's like a second crazy hike we went on before the crazy hike. We went on round trip 7.5 mile hike. It was up straight uphill. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
But straight
it's
uphill
easier
for most of
it's
it.
straight down.
And my body rebelled against me the following days. I just woke up.
Diarrhea?
Everything hurt. No, my just like joints. Everything.
Did you run
hurt.
out of Camelback?
No,
Camel?
I still had some left, but they carry a lot. These camels.
Did you put some of the
Big
Gatorade
humps.
powder in it?
No, because you got to clean it. I don't want to get it all gunky and funky. But tough hike. How was your hike? How was your guys' hike?
We had a great hike.
Leisurely
nice.
stroll?
Yeah, I had a ton of laughs.
I don't think it was leisure. Why the fuck is it gotta be leisure? It still was a workout.
It was leisure.
What the fuck is this?
I heard yours wasn't even uphill.
Well, we didn't get any beast out of it. We just walked uphill. Yeah.
Okay. You
That
just got
was
mowed.
nice.
You were all
It was
mowed, no
nice.
beast.
We were saying, I said, hey, if you do this a few times a week, you're bound to get in better shape, right? You will build strength and muscles. It's not beast mode, but it still is a work.
Well,
it's a worky. We go to the bridge.
I didn't know Andy when he was a collegiate swimmer, but when Andy was living in Los Feliz, and every morning he was running up to that hike.
I was running up there in that hike.
Best shape I've ever seen.
Did you
I was
run
doing
to the
good shape.
bridge or past the bridge?
Well, I would never run all the way there. Some days I would jog like a different little loop that was kind of, I don't know if you remember when you can turn down and go to the tennis courts.
Yeah.
But I would go up where we went up, and then I would run up there, and then I would jog down to those tennis courts, and then there's another way back to my old apartment. That's a jogging loop I would do, and then the other days I would do the full hike across the top and back.
Was this when you were in that best shape of your life?
Well, I wouldn't say it was the best shape of my life, but
He
best
looked
shape
great.
I've been in a while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
looked great. This guy was the hottest
yeah,
guy.
yeah. Well, I mean, I think
got
I've
a
said it
wife out
before.
of the deal.
I think even more than doing that hike was just not being on the road,
Yeah,
just at home.
have a little routine.
That changes how healthy you can be.
Was that the start of the magic oven? Was that when you first started doing the magic oven? You'd been doing that before.
I was doing I was doing a meal service. It wasn't the magic oven, but I was doing a meal service, and I was exercising, and I had a regular job and not on the road and not ordering pizza to my hotel room at 2:00 in the morning.
I get you. Well, the other part of not being on the road is sometimes you go to Costco and you get a full cake because it's so affordable, and now you're just eating a full cake.
How can I not afford to get
throughout
this
the
cake?
day,
You guys
you know?
got a cake?
We got a cake from
What were you
Costco
celebrating?
yesterday. Nothing.
Does it say something on it?
No, we got it.
Could you get him to write something on it?
I think you probably could.
You
I
might
don't
as well.
Just throw something
totally
on
know
there.
how the Costco bakery works, but I
Enjoy, fatty.
Yeah.
Something like that.
think fatty 2x4. It's a caramel tres leches cake, and it's very good. So now we're doing that thing where just you go in the kitchen, you take like you fork down straight across,
Yeah.
and then put it back.
Well, that's
Nice.
like
We're just doing that on
that's
the reg.
that's my move with when the kids' birthdays are back to back, or like we just have the cake and they're sliced. If you can just make straight down cuts with a fork where no one notices, it's like you didn't even eat a
Free
piece
bite.
of cake.
Yeah, free bite.
Like if you cut a slice and there's a plate involved, and then now there's there's a whole evidence thing,
Mhm.
but you just go straight down.
It's a great way to do it. That's the
Well,
only
can I
way
tell you
take
what you
now.
should have been celebrating yesterday?
What's that?
2 things.
Okay.
My dad's birthday.
Hey,
Happy
My dad's birthday,
birthday.
76.
76.
76. And
Happy
also
birthday.
my stepdaughter's birthday, Olivia.
They share a
Same birthday?
Same birthday. She turned
Wow.
21 yesterday.
Whoa, a big
Did you
one.
Venmo her for
21.
a beer?
I didn't Venmo her for a beer. What I did was I sent a check in the mail for her birthday along with some other little gifts. Because I learned that she does not know how to write a check, I feel like a little bit of a failure is that
Sure.
we were doing some things. She needed to do a check, and she's like, I don't have a check. So I sent her a check rather than Venmoing her as a like, now figure out checks if you want this money.
But I don't know that she needs to know that now. Do you
Maybe
think kids
not.
need to
I
know
think it's
how to
over.
write a check?
I don't think. I
Maybe
think checks
not.
are done.
I like a paper. I like getting a
Maybe,
paper
isn't
check.
it nice to know though? I didn't need to learn how to drive a stick shift when I was a kid, but I feel good that I know how
That's
to do
great.
it
You
now.
know what, Andy? It's a great point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
a
the stick
great
shift
point.
of finances. Writing checks.
I've heard that. I have heard that. Well, I think I've said this before. I took a class in high school called Careers where they taught you this
Mhm.
is how you fill out a check. You balance a checkbook. And I think that should be whatever the equivalent is for now. They need to, like, this is how
AI prompts.
this is how you prove you're not a robot.
Well, they should be teaching about credit cards and investing and savings.
Totally. I agree.
Somebody, I mean, they got to learn about some money somehow.
Mhm.
Like, and this is the thing when you have kids.
And I like to take that class myself.
Yeah,
I'm in a Billy Madison that class.
dude. When you
We'll be having the party back here.
when you have a kid and there's like things that are clear. Where to me, I'm like, you know what? If we're talking history, I think the school.
Mhm.
If you're not in Florida, I think their school is going to teach them history. If we're talking like science, biology, that's school. We're not dissecting frogs at home.
Mhm.
But then there's some stuff where
Why is that?
where you realize my kids don't understand money. That's clearly on us. They don't know how much things
Mhm.
cost. It's like
Yeah.
Bobby Hill on King of the Hill, and it's just like we fucked up. And part of me was like, I do wish I could call their teacher and be like, can you teach them about money? Because it's real hard right now.
There should be classes like that. I mean, I guess the slippery slope is like you got kids in your class that are making different amounts of money, but I think you could generally teach kids like
Well, they
the
definitely
idea
have
of credit
classes
cards.
that will go like you get a baseline, you do a thing, like they have like fake stuff. At some point somewhere, high school maybe they got to like teach them something.
Definitely.
At my high school, they had this econ class that was really fun, and it got discontinued because people kept trying to do stuff the school decided was scandalous later. But the class would make a product, and then they would sell it to the rest of the students. It was pretty cool, and they make a profit. They get to keep the profit. We have these BYOB hats they sold, and it said "Bring Your Own Blazer." That was our mascot, the Blazers.
Oh,
But everybody knew it meant beer.
sure does.
Everybody was upset. Later.
We do we talk about this guy that I saw on Reddit? I'm on Reddit a lot now that I've
You're
deleted
big
all these
Reddit
social
guy,
media
yeah.
apps. So he's a teacher, and he says one of his class projects at the end of the year. Do we talk about this? Where he tells the kids basically like you have $2,000 to your task is planning the best vacation that you can for $2,000. You have to include like links to the flights you booked, links to the hotel, links to the dinner, the activities. So these kids get, $2,000 of fake money or whatever, and then they go online in real websites and they search like, oh, I found this like super cheap flight to Bora Bora. I found this like hotel.
You're not going to find that. I can tell you that.
They have all this thing like this, and then they book these trips out. They do a presentation in front of the class, and then the teacher takes one of those trips on his summer vacation.
Wow.
Because they have all the links. He just books the trip.
That's
and he
fun.
said, like, the kids learn so much. They take so much pride if he picks theirs. And they really it's a life skill. He's teaching them a life skill, and he's taking a trip on
it's pretty cool.
a budget
That's fun.
It's
pretty
very
cool.
fun.
Also, kind of mean to the kid who won. He sent it was fun.
Had a
Thanks for
great
planning
time.
it.
Yeah.
He
Here's a
says
picture.
that when he does it, he's done it for a few years. When he sends pictures of the trip to the class or emo. Like he's like they love it. He's like they
That's
all.
fun.
I feel like I got bitten in the neck by mosquitoes.
What else
so
could
that
you
makes
have
me
the kids
am I a
do
mosquito
for
now?
you
Hmm?
in your life? You know, these
Cook.
kids are planning his vacation. You
Yeah.
have them cook.
Cook,
Yeah, we're learning
meal
to
prep.
cook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whoever cooks the best lasagna, I'm
Uh-huh.
taking it home.
If you wanted to make someone disappear,
What would you do? How would you make it not come back on the teacher that stands before you today? That's fun. That guy, he's changing lives. I like that guy. What else we got on this here?
Well, you guys want to hear an
Rundown.
update on my album title? I got a new album
Hell
coming out.
yeah,
It's been recorded. We had a few write-ins.
Uh-huh.
You know, still accepting. I don't know that we've still exactly
Okay.
landed on a name. Mostly because although these are fun suggestions that
Uh-huh.
some of our listeners have given us, I don't know that any of them are going to fly.
Well, let us be the judge of
So Sean Meehan
Yeah.
has submitted 2 names.
that. Okay.
2 names. One of them is adult Legos. That's one of them. He likes that thing. Adult Legos.
Yeah,
That's
adult
one.
Legos. That's fun.
The other one he has suggested is Inside Out Hole.
what's that from?
Inside Out
Oh,
Hole.
because you
Andy's
heard
bad
Inside
taste,
Out.
Yeah,
yeah.
fun and how I didn't like
Inside Out hole.
didn't like Inside Out Hole. I think is he calling me an asshole or is he talking about
I think he's calling you an
a butt,
asshole.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so. Inside Out Hole, and then Tyler Keithy also has a good funny suggestion.
Uh-huh.
Not going to work out. It's called How to Get Free Sweatpants.
Here's what
How
I
to get
like.
free shorts?
I told him it was shorts. You know, it was shorts, but I see where he's coming from. How to get free. I'm probably not going to name it something after story of when I poop my pants.
Well, I
you know
guess you don't want to be rich, but you know.
Here, what do they call this? Kismet? Because yesterday the story of you shitting your car came up, and we were in
Where
the
did it come up
car
yesterday.
It was we did the tennis match.
Oh, it came up with your kids when you said to me, "Hey, do you care if I tell the kids?" And I was like, "I would prefer you didn't tell the kids." And then the next time I came over, they're like, "I heard you poop your pants."
No, I don't think that's how it happened.
Yeah, that happens
That's
here.
an old
I
school.
don't think
can't
that's
be doing
happened.
stuff like
I
that
was like,
around
no,
here.
I would prefer, maybe the kids respect me as an adult in their
I don't
lives,
think
and
you
then they
said
just come
that.
right out. Hey, poop your pants, guy.
That's like when I almost passed out of the gym. I come back over here. They go, "Hey, did you faint at the gym? Where'd they get this word faint from? No one used that
I
word."
didn't say faint. They said faint.
Yeah,
They
no,
just
okay.
imagined what you looked
Sure.
like doing it,
Yeah,
and it
no.
was a faint.
No, I believe that.
No, we
I'm glad to know you guys are still talking
we
about
were
it.
at this tennis. This is going to be better. So we're at this tennis match. It lasts for 3.5 hours. We leave. Heather's like, "I'm starving. I'll do anything," and we're leaving. And there's a McDonald's,
Mhm.
and she goes, "I'll even do McDonald's." And we go to McDonald's, and I go, "If I got McDonald's, I would immediately get sick." And then there's like a beat, and I was like, "Ever do oh no, fucking it wasn't this. I'm sorry.
So
I'm
you
ruining
brought
my
it
story.
up?
I did bring it up.
You know-
Because no,
you know
Harper had
Andy,
home
right?
state. Heather's like having McDonald's. Harper's staying with her friend, and she had home state tacos. And I go, Andy won't eat there because he thinks that's what made him poop his pants in his car. And then Everett,
If it's not what made me poop my pants, it was the poop still.
It was involved. It
do you
was
think
in
it
there.
got there
It
that
was
fast?
right there holding hands with whatever did it.
I think it wasn't
coming
even
to
there.
you.
I think it was completely separate. I think when the home state got there, everything was cleaned up and you were in your home, and it was like, wait, what happened before I got here? But I said Harper had home state, and Andy can't have that. And then Everett was like, he went, and I was like, oh, you don't remember? And then Heather was like, I'm eating, not now. So Everett does this to me. She leans up and she goes, you'll tell me later.
Yeah, that's what I think. I'd be fine with you telling your kids, but don't tell your wife.
Yeah, don't tell your wife either, who has been my boss a couple of
I
times.
poop my pants.
I would
in
love
the
if
car.
she didn't know too.
This guy's pooping his pants. I can't hire for something. I shit himself. I gotta get poop insurance now. All of a sudden. Well, here's what I like about those names. They're great names, but they are all references to things you
To the
said on the
podcast,
podcast,
yeah, to the
and not
podcast.
necessarily the album. But maybe call the album "I Have a Podcast."
I have a podcast. Check it out.
Yeah, I think that would.
And
That's a
here's
good
the thing
idea.
about like,
I have a podcast.
Well, yeah, I have a podcast.
What have I got? I have a podcast now.
I have a podcast. That's
you
fine.
know what? This is a genuine idea. I don't know that anybody.
I like that idea too. I'm going to put that on my list.
Uh,
I have a
hell
podcast
yeah.
now.
You know how Bob and Tom used to do, and maybe they still do, like the best of Bob and Tom albums.
Uh-huh.
We could do a best of this podcast album,
Okay.
and that
That'd
would
be fun.
and release it as an album.
Just in time for Christmas. Just in time for the holidays.
Yeah, we do it on Christmas.
Yeah.
And we could get it on those streaming stuff.
Well,
That I don't know if we could or not.
Well, it already
Could we?
is. I mean,
Bob and Tom is
Oh, Bob and Tom.
like we could get it on the
Oh.
comedy channels. I bet. We'd email Jack Vaughn. I'm saying,
Okay,
this is not a Patreon, but I just said a real name.
Yeah.
Google Jack
Let's do it.
Vaughn. All right.
You know, Greg does those sketches, and he gets those played. I think we could generate some
You're just
income.
trying to find
for
a way
the
to get more
podcast.
people to know about that time I pooped my pants.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
that's definitely the best.
That's just like a walking around thing.
You're gonna email the head of programming a serious, hey, my buddy pooped his pants, and we got a clip of it from our podcast.
And
I
a
think
funny
it'd be a good
story is a funny story.
We got to do an album about this.
Put it on the kids' channels too.
Yeah,
Kids
clean.
need to hear about it more than anybody.
Oh,
He
yeah, we
cleaned
do
himself
curse.
up.
So if we could do a clean best of this, that we could do it.
That's probably more on me. I curse too much. I swear
Well,
too
that's
much.
fine.
I got to walk it back.
Can we do? Is there a way to like tell the poop story without saying dirty words?
Yeah, what'd you call
Can
it?
you just retell it?
Dookie.
Dookie. I think Dookie's fine.
Dookie's fun, dude.
Dookie.
Dookie's a good
I
time.
feel like I used to know a guy named Dookie.
Yeah, I think a lot of people used to know a Dookie.
Yeah,
Dookie gonna be there?
Oh, Dookie coming? I think you guys are thinking of the Duke of Earl. Duke of Earl. Well, we definitely can't put that on there. Well, what else we got on this here? Woo! Rundown.
Tom, you want to hit us with your conversation starter?
Yep, mosquito. Did you get it?
Nope, didn't get it, but I shoot it.
I killed one on Saturday. I almost
shoot it.
texted you guys. Not even a joke.
Oh yeah, I'd give that a thumbs up and go on with my day pretty quick.
You thumbs up it? Oh, that's nice.
Woo!
I am gonna text next time I kill one.
Let's have a conversation.
How often do you guys use the reactions as like, I don't want to deal with this text?
I mean,
I think you know my answer to that.
Well, yeah, I mean,
even that's too much.
that's crazy. Because the amount of time you're now responding to text is insane. That's nuts.
What about these people? They come into a text thread, you know, it's like hours after, and then you just get like so and so text like 4 times, and you look back and they've just thumbs up stuff from 9 hours ago, and they're just going through the whole thing they missed.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that because sometimes in a text thread, I'm like, I'm going to catch up, and if somebody said something funny, I want to let them know.
You get a
that
ha-ha?
that I enjoyed it.
Get a
Yeah.
ha-ha. Hey, I'm in.
I think a ha-ha. I think if you hop in there, this is personal opinion. Ha-ha. Hey, that's a funny thing, but I don't need your thumbs up or smiley face. Like it's gotta. You gotta have what's.
You only want the ha-has.
I think the ha-has are what we're all in it for.
Well, thumbs up. Thumbs
like
ups
heart,
are
too.
usually
I like
hard. I
heart.
think you can heart a thing. Thumbs up's more like a confirmation of like I got this information. kind
I
of
don't know
thing.
about that. We've
I
had
got
this
you,
debate
big dog.
before.
I got you.
All right,
big
so
dog.
here's a conversation start. Maybe. I saw a story on Reddit.
Mhm.
Okay, thumbs up.
There's a guy.
Yep.
He's
Teaches a class.
6'4" tall, right?
Okay.
Pretty tall.
5 inches taller than Alex.
Nope.
And
That's incorrect.
he is there's photo. I do not believe this to be false information. This guy's feet stopped growing when he was 10 years old.
Okay.
He wears a size 5.5 shoe.
Wow. He's got to be falling over all the
teetering all the
time.
time.
Yeah. You need a bigger base. You're that tall.
If you could pick something that stopped growing when you were at 10 years old, somebody come to you, or they go, hey, I'm just gonna let you know right now, your body's you got to give up something.
Well, it's easy for me. I'd choose Dick. It's a
It's
hassle
already
walking around
too
with
big.
this thing.
It's already just getting in the way all the time. My pants are always 2 sizes too big as is. I'd love to just get pants that are my actual size. That's a great point. I'd pick one of my toes, maybe my pinky toe.
I don't know that you can go toe. I think you got to go
I pick my
foot.
pinky toe. Well, you didn't specify. I picked my pinky toe.
10. I would take
Okay.
cheeks. Boy, these cheeks never stop growing for me.
That's
I
a
would, like,
defining,
I'd
charming
be like,
characteristic of
am
your
I gonna
face.
cut these off at 10?
No way, man. You can't do that. People
I don't
love
know.
those cheeks, baby.
Cheeks,
I would
man.
like to see a picture of Andy at 10. I don't know that we've seen that.
Yeah, what are you hiding, Andy?
Let's get a 10-year-old picture.
Yeah,
in
get
here.
a 10-year-old picture.
Mhm.
I'd love to see
That's
Andy
a
at
creepy
10.
thing to ask.
Show
Hey,
us.
can I get a picture of you at 10?
Like swimming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you're
You
at
were
a
a swimmer,
pool.
right? You ever in a lake?
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I mean, now living in what I know now, it's made my hair. You know what I mean? Who gives a shit at this point?
You would just be a bald 10-year-old? Or wait.
I just get it out of the way early. Just make me get comfortable with it sooner rather than later, I think. Well, if I can't go toe and I can't go hair, I think hands would be funny. You know what I mean?
You know the thing about hands? Here's the thing.
Tiny hands?
If
Tiny hands.
this guy was
because they make
feet,
those tiny hands.
This guy wears 5.5 shoes.
Uh-huh.
But like, if you wanted to, you could put a sock in it and put on a size 9 or
Yeah.
and walk around. But if your hands are little, people are going to notice every time.
Yeah.
Can you imagine going up to a grown up and shaking their hand and it's a 10-year-old's hand?
Funny.
I think a 6'5" guy in size 5 shoes, you are going to notice.
Well, that's what I was
you're
about
gonna
to say.
notice.
How
No,
long?
I think you're going to notice, but
He
like
probably has to have a cane too.
my point was he could put on a
Walking
size
around on
9
stilts.
shoe
Yeah.
and you
Just
wouldn't
be too big?
notice.
He's
It
just-
would just
he's just clowning
He would
around?
have to stuff it,
He's
but
clip
like
clopping. Like a young girl stuffing her bra. I stuff my shoes. I got a bunch of tissues in my shoes. I think you could be friends with that person for like a couple weeks before you notice that they got tiny feet.
You
I mean,
think?
how often are you looking at somebody's
dude, a
feet
size
and
5 and
clocking
a
the
half.
size?
I'm telling like Mike, Harper is 12, so she's 2 years older than this guy when his feet stop growing. Like it's when you go to the beach with that guy, it's probably adorable.
Well, he buries his feet in the sand, I bet. You know what I mean?
The
I bet
one
he
thing you
plants
don't want
himself
is
down.
like
I bet he can make tons of money if there's some pedophiles that are also
Oh.
foot pervs.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This
Somebody
guy-
get out that guy.
the OnlyFans. I got kid-sized feet.
I bet he saves
Yeah.
so much
Kid-sized feet.
I think
yeah.
he's
money
causing trouble.
on shoes because kids' shoes are cheaper than adult shoes.
He said he can wear kids' shoes.
God, what a life. You know what I mean? What a life to live. That's great. You're saving. So you're getting fly kicks half the price.
You got to be careful with these kid shoes. My wife can also wear kid-sized shoes, and we were doing a hike one time, and she fell down like 3 times in a row, and I believe it was because the kid-sized shoes don't have the same technology in them that the adult shoes have to grip the ground.
These
and
kids
things
aren't
like that.
hiking.
She kept falling down. She loves to tell the story because we got to the bottom, and it was like a thin trail that we were on. And so there were people at the bottom waiting for us to finish so they can hike up the trail. It was like 3 young girls, and we got down there, and I go, "You guys see her fall all those times?"
Did they say yes?
And they said, "Yeah."
You see her fall down. Yeah, that's great. What's better than seeing somebody fall down?
I get
Oh, it's so fun to see someone fall, as long as they don't get
as long
hurt.
as they're okay.
Just
yeah,
a
yeah.
slip and fall is real fun.
one
to
of
see.
my I think like a laugh that I missed on all time that I still think about it. It's 20 years ago. Was I was still in college, and I'm running late to a early morning class. The ground is still covered in dew, and I'm running with my backpack doing the backpack run.
It's hitting your back.
And there's a tree that has like a new tree that they've got guide wires coming off of, so it
here we
grows
go.
straight.
Here we
And
go.
I just clip my ankle, and it sends me flying, but I go straight in the air and I hit the grass and then just scoot, like because it's perfectly wet
yeah.
and it's freshly mowed, like clippings are flying up. I slide and I hit, and then I just kind of come up like I slid into home, and I look around. Not a single person saw, and I was like, I just wanted. The only thing that would make this better is if I looked up and someone was really laughing at me. Like I wish someone had seen that.
That's what I fell 2 years ago when I was on a run. I trained for a couple marathons in my life.
Yeah.
And I fall down sidewalk on the street. I slide, and my first thought when I hit the ground, I go, I hope nobody saw that. Then I get up, dust myself off, turn to my right. There's a couple sitting on lawn chairs in their front lawn, and they go, "Are you okay?" And I go, "Yeah. Honestly, the worst part is that you saw that happen," which
Did they
not
laugh?
great, but I think pretty good for a guy that just fell down.
Yeah.
They don't even crack a smile. They go, "Are you sure you're okay?" Like that's how bad the fall was. They were that concerned. They were like,
How much blood was on you?
There was blood. I didn't know it at the time, but I was bleeding. I was bleeding. I hit pretty hard. Really fucked me up.
Sometimes you'll see a kid will fall. Sometimes they'll pop back up and be like, "I'm fine," and then there will be blood. The reaction of I gotta recover from this because it's is like it's baked into you. And seeing a kid just kind of be like, "I'm good," and you're like, buddy, I think we gotta get a Band-Aid
you
on
need
you.
to sit down. Yeah, you need to sit down. The worst part of that fall, this is a little gross, is I fall down, I slide on like some like gravel, and then I stop. I like kind of Pete Rose into a rock, and I'm bleeding from my knee my elbow, and then the tips of my fingers are flapping like tin cans, where it's like they got kind of like ripped off, and they're just like raw and bleeding at the top. And then I got home and realized there was just a bunch of dirt in there I had to clean out.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
It was really a bad time, real bad scene out there.
I think I've told this story to you guys in real life before, but when I was working at the Buckle and I had a motorcycle, I was leaving work one night, and I'm on the motorcycle, and then I was big into riding wheelies. So I go, I bring bring the front end up, and then there was dew again on the handlebar, and my hand slips off the accelerator, and instinctually I grab back because I kind of like I'm one-handing it, and then my hand goes back. But when I grab it a second time, I grab it to stabilize and just hit the throttle,
Kicks out,
and it goes up on me, and I come off the back. I'm probably going 35-ish miles an hour, and I come off the back and I land face down and then slide. And as I'm sliding, I see the bike straight and then start to wobble, and then it hits the ground, and then I'm sliding behind it, and like the sparks are coming. I have a helmet on. Luckily, it would have ripped my jaw off just seeing like what it did to the helmet.
Gross.
And then I stand up, and like my hands, my arms, my legs, pants are ripped. I'm bleeding, and I'm like kind of dazed, similar to what you were saying. Where like I didn't think I was that bad off. And I stand up, and then these two guys I worked with are leaving at the same time, and they're like, "Oh my God, we gotta, are you okay? Are you okay? Let's come back to our place. We'll clean you up." I walk back to their place.
Nice.
Like a scene from a movie.
Yeah.
They live, it's
Nice.
a college town. They live with just
Doctors,
other college
nurses.
girls. And it seemed like they were having a party. Like they're walking around in college girl attire, like tank tops and short. And I'm
You
like,
guys
this
mind
is
checking my
a
penis?
fucking porno.
I hurt my penis pretty
And
bad.
I walk in, and
I don't think it'll get hard again.
at first I'm like, it's broken. The hard part's broken. At first I'm like, I think this is I'm gonna get some like
Do you
like
think this wreck is what
sympathy.
shrank my testicles down?
Yeah, tiny balls. I think this wreck is gonna get sympathy from these girls. But I realize girls don't like just a guy actively bleeding.
Yeah,
Nobody's into that.
You hurt too bad. You needed some internal injuries.
You need to be recovering for like if you have a
Uh-huh.
cast on, you get some sympathy. But if you're bleeding, people just don't want to get blood on them.
You didn't need that. That also sounded like a funny fall, though. With the way you described it, is also you're also having a lot of run-ins with dew. I know you're allergic to grass, but do you think maybe also dew is
But
something you're
it's
allergic
just a
to?
big thing. I don't do well with those periods of time in the day or night.
Yeah, dew. You're not a big dew guy.
Twilight, dusk.
You don't like that.
You gotta watch out for this
mountain.
dew.
You don't like mountain dew. All dew is bad.
Tommy, you want to give us the recap of Everett's tennis match?
We go
A little
Everett
sports section.
a little sports thing. Everett
Sports report. How about that as a drop?
Oh yeah, let's
Sports
get a
report.
drop
Oh,
for
God.
sports
Here we go.
report. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, they're not hearing that.
How do you know if they're hearing it or not?
Why
I
are
don't
you
see
fixing
the
it?
levels here. Hold on. Let me see.
Okay,
Is this
yep.
one maybe? Hold on. No, it's not that one. No, is this one?
Why? This is just taking time.
That one? No,
No,
not that one.
obviously not.
Is that one?
I mean, I'm telling you, it's just not happening.
Oh, this is different. This is voice effects we're hitting. So
Voice
I don't-
effects.
I don't know.
Oh my
We can
God!
toggle. Do these buttons change the thing?
Yes.
Hold on, yeah.
Oh, I wonder
Oh,
what
here
those
we go, here
voice
we go.
effects
Oh
sound
my
like.
God!
Trombone in it, baby. There
Is
we
it too
go.
loud?
Voice
It
effects
seems
is
too
pretty
loud.
cool though.
No, yeah, that's
We got to get those voice effects for our Halloween
Wait, did our
episode.
voices just get
I
affected?
don't know.
No,
We'll find out.
I think we would know if the voices were affected.
I
How
don't
would
know
you
that.
know?
Yeah, how would we know
Well,
that?
Hold on.
How would we
The
Hold on,
we don't
let
have
me
any
see. No way of
headphones.
knowing.
Hold on. Let me see. Large robot. No. Okay, so that's how you know. They're all off. I got it. I
Oh,
figured
okay.
it out.
But
Oh
you
my
can't
God.
turn it
I don't
on.
think you
would like
figured
to
it
turn it
out.
on and off.
I'd like you to do a whole episode
Well,
as a robot.
I will. You know what I am going to do? I'm going to look into that because that does seem fun.
We
Yeah.
say we got a guest
Oh
for
my-
Halloween. It's a robot, but you're the robot.
There's a chance that little stretch of the podcast sounded fucking bananas. Where I'm just hitting voice effects.
Do you think it did it?
I hope so. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what that experience is
Why
like
have we
for
not
anyone.
figured out this
Oh,
thing?
I love the world we live in.
We don't know. It is more fun.
All right, so sports time. Tennis
Sports
match?
time starts with well, first of all, it starts with Everett does not love tennis as much as baseball, and Everett is a very stick to her guns type of kid.
Mhm.
She's you know what I like to say about her? Sometimes she's a cut off her nose to spite her face type of vibe, which I really genuinely appreciate. Where I'll be like, "Hey, we're doing a tennis tournament. I'm full on. Like, what do you want? If you go into this thing and you have a great attitude and you give 100%, I'll buy you a pack of cards after. We'll do this, we'll do that." And she's like, "I don't want nothing." And just like she turns, and I'm like, whatever you want. If you want a book, you want this, you want that, and so she will take that tact a little bit. So I just, and her thing is, she's played for so long, she is good. I just don't want her to quit based on the fact of there's no other like if she's like, I really want to play basketball, and if there's another sport, like we'll do that. But at this point, she's playing baseball and playing tennis. So we have a tennis match, USTA juniors tennis match. Sign her up. We stay up too late the night before. I have to wake her up for this thing. She wakes up in a bad mood, has a little peanut butter toast, drives to the tennis match in game face rage. We get there. I look at the thing and I go, "Oh shoot, your first opponent dropped out. I think you may only have to play like 2 or 3 matches." And she's like, "Okay." We get there. She goes out. Also, she moved up a level, which I kind of didn't tell her because I was like, I don't want to pile on to make her mad here. But she's playing older kids at a harder level.
22, 23.
And she did do that bit. It was funny when we got there. She was like, "What if I play someone who's 20?" And they're like, "I got to go to work. I got to go to school tomorrow." But
how old are you now? 22, 23? I'm 5, Dad. Anybody know that? Liar. You got to show that one. That was actually got
we
some
should show that.
more adult. Maybe
it does.
Watch that
he
one
does
first.
do sexy stuff in there. But she goes. We get there.
Well, you said he does sexy stuff.
I think
there's a
sexy.
big part about that lady's boobs.
Think of Jim Carrey
She goes,
as being sexy.
No, there's a boobs.
There's
stuff.
a boobs thing. The thing I'm thinking of is that during the credits
Doesn't
he
he do
goes,
that?
"I want to bounce those things like Sugar Ray Leonard." Yeah, this
He's
lady's got
boning
huge tip. And then the line he goes, what is it, 185 or like 185? Yeah, in your bra.
Yeah.
A lot of boob talking, liar. I love liar.
He loves boobs. He can't lie.
Cannot lie.
So she wins her first match out the gate. Comes back. When she comes back in between matches, face red, sweating her balls off. She sitting there, and then the guy running it goes, "Oh, some other kid couldn't make it. So instead of doing the way we were doing it before, we're just gonna do round robin. Everybody plays 5 matches."
Oh, geez.
It's 90 degrees. There's no shade on the courts. She has 5 matches, and he's like, "You guys go play now." She goes to this next match. It was it reminds me of someone's joke where is it a Mark Maron joke where it's like, she fucked that guy at me, like the ex. She lost the second match at me. It felt like she was so mad. I saw her call a ball, like the other kid hits a ball. You call your own lines. It's out by easily 3 inches. Everett, and the girl is like, "Oh, it's 30." And she goes, "That was in." She just gave her that. She is flat-footed, giving about 50% effort, and won't even look at me. And I'm like, I had nothing to do with this. I don't know what's going on right now. So she loses 4-2 in that one. Then after that match, the guy comes by and he's like, "5's too much. He goes, I need everyone to agree, but would you guys be okay if we just did 4 matches?" And I was like, yeah, this is, you should have said that 20 minutes ago. We'd have a whole different outcome here.
If you can get me down to 3, 2.5, I think I got a happy kid.
Then she comes out after that one, and I go, "Hey, it's not 5. You're just doing 4. So you just have 2 more." Her whole fucking attitude changes. I told her during the 3rd match, and her attitude changed during the match. She wins. She ends up going 3-1. She beats 3 and loses the 1. She gets 2nd place in the tournament. It's the whole thing because they based on this, whatever. But she gets a medal. But I was telling her, I was like, if you had did you just had a better attitude that you could have beat? Like, you played that other kid 10 times, you beat her 9. And if you're just not furious, but we're talking to one of the moms, and it was definitely. I feel like I can say this here. I watch these matches as sports that it's very nerve-wracking because I don't like that she doesn't love it, but I also want her to be competitive and be in a sport and yada yada. It's very difficult to watch. I did take a gummy before, and then I realized we're now. I'm
Makes
in
it a
the.
little more
I
interesting.
was like have to
Uh-huh.
talk to these like this other parent,
Hi.
and I was just like, nah, I'm not. I can't do this.
Yeah.
Then the fence you're looking through, because there's like a gummy and the fence itself is. I heard other people saying it. It creates this like 3D. If you stare at the
Oh,
wrong part of it, it creates like a
weird.
magic eye thing.
Yeah.
So there was a moment where like it felt like the tennis ball was like an inch from my face. I reach out and I touch the fence. It's on the other side of a fence, 2 feet from me.
See if this fence wants to come to my bachelor party.
Hey,
This
if you
seems
got a
fun.
video of Tommy just petting this fence at this tennis
please.
match, we would love to get our
right
hands on
in,
it.
yeah.
We would love to get our hands on that.
He's in the car. He's not even at the fence. He's just he's
Yeah.
out on the moon. He's that high. Well, good for Ever Johnagin, second
Oh,
place.
congrats to Ember, Johnny.
Yeah. Nothing to
Alex,
see
I
there.
hear you got a new segment called Stars. They're just like us. You want
Andy,
to chime in on that?
Tommy, the stars, they're just like us. Guys, let me tell you about this. Moore and I, we go to see Joni Mitchell at the Hollywood Bowl last night,
Mhm.
okay? Now, before I get to the concert, which I do want to tell you about, we park down the street about a half a mile from the Hollywood Bowl in the Dave & Buster's movie theater garage, okay?
Fool around?
Well, I wish, But we park in the garage. You're saving some money there. It's $20, but you got to walk uphill. It's a deal. It's a
Mhm.
bargain, but you got to
Mhm.
walk. We get out of the garage to the stoplight.
How many tickets does it cost?
Huh? What do you mean? Tickets? Oh, at Dave & Buster's? It's, you know what? It's actually not bad. You play skee ball one time, you're paying for it. We get to the first crosswalk. To my left, guess who I see? Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen?
Seth
What?
Rogen doing the same hack that we're doing,
What?
parking
To
down
go to
the
Joni
street
Mitchell?
to go to Joni Mitchell.
This is amazing.
Did you say
stars.
something?
No, I mean, it's very clear it's Seth Rogen. He's got a very distinct voice, and there's a lot of people. It's a sold out show at the Hollywood Bowl. There's a lot of people doing what we're doing. So I kind of pinch Mora's leg like that. She doesn't pick up on that. So then I stand with my back to Seth Rogen, so she'll look over my shoulder to see him. And then she fucking has the audacity to tell me Seth Rogen is behind me. I go, I know. I'm telling you. But I thought that was very funny. He's doing the same thing.
Wow.
We're
How
doing.
long did you walk right next to Seth Rogen?
Well, he's walking at a leisurely pace. This guy's
Oh, you
high out of
blew
his
by
mind.
him. You outpaced him?
Mora walks fast.
You
That's
blew
the
by
thing
him.
about
You
Mora.
weren't
We
in-
blew
I
by.
would have stayed right behind him to hear his whole conversation.
Well, yeah.
I want to know what he's talking about.
I would have said something.
Well, here's the first thing I see is I look down and I see, oh, this guy's got some cool shoes. I look up, he's got cool pants, cool shirt. I get
He's
to his
a
face.
stylish guy.
I go, that's
He's
Seth
a
Rogen.
stylish guy.
Yeah, he was looking
Was
cool.
he wearing a
Cool
cardigan?
style.
He had
Come
like a shacket on. You would have loved the shacket. You're a big shacket guy. So it was very fun. So we get up there to the Hollywood Bowl. That's the first thing we see. And then I don't know how familiar you are with Joni Mitchell, but a legend of folk music. And about 10, 12 years ago, she has a brain aneurysm and can barely talk, sing, walk.
Mhm.
And so she starts having these things that they call Joni jams in her home in Laurel Canyon, where musicians come over and they just play her songs to her to aid in her
Oh, that's cool.
recovery. And slowly she becomes more involved in these jam sessions. And so 2 or 3 years ago at the Newport Folk Festival, Brandi Carlile puts on a thing called a Joni Jam, where Joni Mitchell's involvement is a surprise. She comes out at the festival and everyone goes fucking bananas, and they play all these Joni Mitchell songs. So now they've done a couple of them, and they did them. That's what we went to see last night. It's called a Joni Jam, and it's Joni Mitchell, Brandi Carlile, that band Lucius I like. The lead singer of the Fleet Foxes, this guy Blake Mills, I like, and they're all sitting around
Would have loved an invite.
playing. I mean, I can't be inviting you on dates now. You know what I mean? And so
I still don't know if he was joking or not. He might be upset.
He's upset, and so
Everybody loves Brandi Carlile so much. To the point where I need to be more into Brandi Carlile.
She's so
I'm not
good,
into
man.
her enough.
Was it the first time you heard her singing live?
This
Did
is
she
the
blow
first-
you away?
This
I don't
is
think
what
she's.
was
I
really
think she
nice.
likes girls.
Is that she sang? So she kind of like was the host of the evening.
Oh, okay.
And Joni Mitchell, Joni Mitchell sits in a chair. The stage is kind of set like it's her living room. It spins around. Everyone's already there, sitting down. And Brandi Carlile is sitting right. I'm Joni Mitchell. You're Brandi Carlile. She's sitting here the whole time. And Joni Mitchell is singing all of the songs, most of them. But like, there's a couple times where Joni Mitchell, it was clear that she kind of like lost because she's old now.
Sure.
Lost where she was, and Brandi Carlile would be like, and start singing, and like it was very like she was holding her hand through the whole evening. It was very sweet. So also she sings great, but also you're like, oh my God, I love this lady.
Oh yeah.
So they do 2 parts. They do an intermission. So they sing, they blow, they're knocking our dicks in the dirt. These songs, they're beautiful. And they go, Brandy Carla goes, we'll be right back. We're coming back for part 2, even more people on stage. Okay, so
Seth Rogen goes on.
We go to the bathroom, come back, sit in our seats. We're like, who's going to be on stage next? Stage spins around. They launch into, and this is, I don't know how familiar you are with Joni Mitchell, but the Joni Mitchell song you may be familiar with is called Big Yellow Taxi. It's a paved paradise, put up a parking lot. That's a Joni Mitchell song. They launch into that. They're also cutting to, like, there's so many people on stage. They're cutting to camera shots. They cut to somebody in the back. Elton John.
Elton John was there?
Elton John on stage in the background. Everyone, it slowly washes over everybody. We're like, what the fuck?
We were at his farewell concert.
I know.
I thought he said farewell.
Elton John,
He's
said
back. And then they're cutting to all these other people. They cut to Annie Lennox. Everyone's like, hey, it's going crazy. So then,
was Elton John heavily featured after that point?
Wow, that's very cool.
What was cool about it is that no one was heavily featured because Joni Mitchell was the star of the evening. It was like, it felt like everyone was paying tribute to Joni Mitchell. It was really cool evening. And so that song ends, and Brandy Carlisle goes, I think you guys may have a good idea about who's on stage, but I'm going to go around and I'm going to introduce everybody. She goes, this nice young man from England has come to join us tonight. Sir Elton John. Everyone loses their mind, goes fucking crazy. And then the camera pans over to the person I thought was Annie Lennox. They go, his sister joining us for the evening. It's getting crazier and crazier. Meryl Streep. Everyone's like, whoa, Meryl Streep's on stage.
She's not a singer.
Well, she's just jamming.
You never
with
seen
the
Mamma
band.
Mia?
She's just out there having a good time.
I would ask for my money back. They're putting actors up there.
I mean, we lost our minds. So it's those. I mean, those are the 2 big stars. But also on stage, Marcus Mumford from Mumford and Sons was up there.
I feel like I've seen him guest at multiple.
He's guesting.
He's down. He's always
just
down.
Hangs out at the Hollywood Bowl.
When Brandy Carlisle
he lives near there,
introduces him, she goes, "The connector of people, brings people together." Marcus Mumford. So I guess he's just always hanging out. And then also there,
Were his sons there?
No sons, only Papa Marcus. And then John Batiste.
The wrestler?
There. No, John Batiste, the leader of Stephen Colbert's band, also a very accomplished musician himself, was there playing piano. But here's the thing: he goes over and plays piano one time, and he's playing the fuck out of this piano. But the whole time I'm thinking, I was like, Elton John is right there. Why? I mean, what are you doing?
Is Elton John seeming spry, old?
He seems old. He sat in a chair the whole time, and like after every song, he would get up and applaud for Joni Mitchell and bow. And then at one point, they did. I guess he and Bertie Taupin won this Gershwin music prize. It's a big deal of some kind. And they asked Joni Mitchell to come sing a song there. And so they covered I'm Still Standing. Joni Mitchell sang I'm Still Standing.
From the movie Sing.
There you go, from Sing.
Yeah.
And that was very fun, very beautiful. It was a very cool evening. Very beautiful.
That sounds fun.
Very beautiful night. Yeah. And lots of fun. And then, also forgot about this. During the first set, we're sitting, in the middle towards the top. We hear are you okay? Are you okay? What's wrong? Are you okay? Are you okay? Medic! There's a medical emergency behind us. People standing up, waving their phones like this. And it was a real, is there a doctor in the house? A doctor. A lady comes climbing over there. She goes, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case.
We need a man one. This is real.
Never mind. She comes climbing over the thing. Everyone's getting out of her way. She's like helping this guy. And we can't.
Did you figure out what happened?
It's like 4 rows behind us. I can't see what's going on, but people are like, for a second, it looked like she was giving him CPR, but then I look and she's laughing and smiling.
Did they carry a body out?
It was like a
new baby.
The audience at this place, a lot of older people here, a lot of older people. Also, the most people I've seen smoking cigarettes, which was
you
pretty
were not supposed to do that. In the thing.
In the
people
Hollywood
are not
Bowl.
doing it.
There's a smoking area, but then
I saw a guy vaping. Maybe at the thing we went to, where a guy vaping, and then someone came down, like someone around him told on him, and then someone came down and said you can't vape, which I was like 6s on it because I'm like. I'm sure it's not that bothersome, but I am at a point where like vaping feels like these vapors, they think they skirt the law in every place they go. They vape everywhere.
I was like, blow cigarette smoke in my face. I'd rather have cigarette smoke than this
Anything.
artificial cotton candy vape smell. I'm walking in a cloud all of a
I
sudden.
hate the vapes. I
Get
don't
the
like a
fuck outta here.
snitch, but I hate the vapes.
But so there's a smoking area, and then there's all these like old women sitting smoking on the stairs. It's crazy.
Do you think when it's an older people concert, they have more medical personnel?
Well, they got there pretty fast. Not as fast as you would want, but they got there pretty fast. But so I think it's an old person is the point. And then finally they get him out. They go, we got a wheelchair. And it's like a guy, it's like our age guy who I think just had a little too much to drink and passed out at the show. Maybe got too hot, too sweaty. So he was fine. It's a happy ending, but really exciting moment there. Then another moment. Then we were talking about people falling down earlier. Guy falls down the stairs forever. It's mostly stairs is the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah.
But he falls down the stairs backwards. I don't even know how he ended up that way. And this young like early 20s kid catches him.
Really?
And he goes, "Are you okay?" And this guy, I think
they fall in love.
I think he was hammered drunk because he doesn't even address the kid. He goes, he's just like that, and then he walks down. He falls down a couple more stairs and then walks. And then I see he was like very clearly trying to be like, "I'm fine," and like didn't walk how a person would walk. Yeah,
look how straight I am, and deliberate with every move.
So the kid catches him, and then that guy walks down, and then everyone in the section cheers for the kid. He goes like this, and everyone's like, "Yeah!"
Oh, fun.
I love his section cheering for.
Really fun night. Really fun.
Hands just
to get in. They keep falling in love.
Do you guys fall in love?
Yes, yeah. But
what'd your eyes do?
Swelled up.
Oh, I
got hot.
What the fuck are you
swelled
doing?
up.
Did you say what the fuck you doing, or was there like a glimmer?
Andy said, "Don't touch me. You touch me again, I'm calling the cops." But Joni Mitchell, the Hollywood Bowl, what a time! And I tried to buy a Joni Mitchell shirt, smallest size they had. I mean, these were a hot commodity. Extra large.
That's the smallest size.
Well, this was night 2.
Leaving a lot of money on the table there for Joni Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this was night 2, and I think they sold out most of the merch in the first night, and then we got there 30 minutes before showtime. All the merch, like huge line.
That's on them. You got to have them shirts there.
Cool ass shirts, dude, for this Joni Mitchell.
I already
show.
say Tom Jones, no merch. No merch at Tom Jones. Not even a single
Now
thing.
that's leaving money on the table.
I think it was. He was doing it just for the joyous song, you know.
He's in it for the love of the game. Yeah. Not Joni Mitchell.
She wants that cash.
Joni Mitchell loves the money.
She wants that cash.
Give me that cheddar.
Here's what I also learned about Joni Mitchell in research for this concert, and I was humming it earlier. The song "Our House," House is a very, very, very. Graham Nash wrote that song about when he was dating and living with Joni Mitchell. She went down and bought flowers or bought an antique vase from an antique shop on Sunset Boulevard. Went up, and he goes, "You grab the flowers, put them in the vase. I'll light the fire," which is a lyric from the song. And also, Bob Dylan's song "Tangled Up in Blue." Is a reference to Joni Mitchell's album Blue. He was obsessed with listening to it all the time, and Tangled Up in Blue is a reference to him being just, caught up obsessed with her album. Very fun.
That's the song.
That one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got it. You're a big Bob Dylan guy. You're a big Dylan guy. Yeah.
Man, you gonna watch that Timothy Chalamet movie, Alex? Opening night?
What movie is it?
He's Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan biopic?
Boy, what's it called?
He looks like Bob Dylan.
I'm a boy or something like
He's
that.
a little rat-faced guy. A lot of these rat-faced kids look like Bob Dylan. I'll watch it.
Chalamet's a handsome one, though.
Chalamet's got riz. That's what I keep hearing.
Yeah, but he's like...
But Chalamet's not a rat face.
No, he's the rat king. He's
No.
like... Yeah. No, dude.
I don't think Chalamet's one of the rat guys.
True. I think he looks a little ratty and he's handsome.
I thought Chalamet is in your, like, he's just a handsome young man. And then the rat ones are like that guy from the In Bruges guys movie.
Feifel.
Is that his name?
Feifel? No, Feifel's a rat. No, I think Chalamet is the poster child for these rat boys. He's a little rat boy.
Are you sure?
I think so. Yeah.
Are you sure? Is Chalamet?
I think I'm googling rat boys. Google rat boys.
Who's the one with Zendaya?
Isn't it like Rat Summer? Or
That's
something like that? Tom Holland.
Yeah,
Tom Holland's with Zendaya.
Tom Holland. Yeah, I think Tom Holland's just classically handsome.
I think he's. That's what I thought. That I thought the Chalamet was in the Holland.
Well, here I googled rat guys, and just an exterminator company came up. So I'm going rat guys.
Hot rat guys.
Rat guys.
Hot.
What is it? Splinter.
The first 4 images, Timmy Chalamet is in all of them.
Wow,
he's a rat guy.
Rat boy.
He's a rat boy.
I didn't realize he was a rat guy.
Oh, he's a rat guy.
Oh, I see it now.
He's king of the rats.
I see it.
Yeah.
Well, he's Bob Dylan.
Pied Piper over here. Yeah, I will watch the movie that, I don't know.
He's 28 years old. I'm telling you, just by looking at these photos, we've gone to a place where like 28. This guy looks like he's 19. Him being 28
He's
is
young.
We fucked up adulthood here.
He's a youthful. He's a youthful looking cat. Well, we got anything left on the
Well,
mean
we got
rat.
one thing left. You guys
That's
want to
right.
do a quick Could You Rather before we wrap up today's episode?
Baby, could you rather?
Baby, could you rather?
Baby, could you rather? I'd love to.
Wait, are you doing get that clean so we can use it as the drop?
Well, I'm trying, but right now I'm trying to vamp.
Yeah, go ahead.
Vamp.
Dude,
Could
try
you
to...
rather? Baby, could you rather? Could you rather? Baby, could you rather?
Could you rather?
Mhm.
Everybody's favorite segment. We take two hypothetical scenarios. We say which one of these could you do, and then you have to say how you could do it. As I'm reading, we did that. Here's one. So here's two, actually. Could you open a restaurant?
Yep.
You open a restaurant.
Not Canada.
That restaurant has to stay open for a year. You have to be doing business. You have
like
to,
big business?
You have to be doing enough business to keep the restaurant open for a year. Or could you catch a murderer?
Ooh.
Like one that's already out there? Or
What
like,
the fuck are you talking about?
you know what I mean?
What's
Like an
other-
unsolved case, like the Zodiac, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's got to
Any
be
murderer.
Didn't they solve
What's
that
the
Zodiac thing?
I think they did solve
What's
the
the
Zodiac.
opposite of what you're saying?
Huh? Like
Any murderer.
well, like you don't know about it, but I caught this guy. He killed somebody. Like
If you
caught him.
catch someone that murdered someone, it counts.
Okay.
You don't have to catch a famous one.
Well, I mean,
We're
I
not
think
trying
it's
to
more,
nab
I think
America's
it's more-
Most Wanted here.
Why am I trying to catch
Why
a
not, though?
non-famous murderer?
Let's say
Yeah.
top 10 most wanted murder.
I'm trying to
Any
raise
murderer.
my murder catching
You
profile
could
here.
catch a hot one. You got 24 hours. You could catch a cold case.
Oh,
Anyone that's murdered
Can we
someone.
entrap someone into murder?
that's kind of what.
Oh, wait, you're going to try
What
to
do we
get
set?
someone to
We
murder
get
someone?
someone to
Yeah.
murder someone.
You cannot cause the murder. I think
What
that's
if-
a big stipulation here.
What if they murder me? You know what I mean? But I do it in
And
a
you
way.
catch them with a note.
Wait, you
Yeah.
write their name on your hand?
Yeah. I go. This person
Yeah,
killed
you
me.
wear a cam.
It's in the pocket
You
of
really
my coat.
antagonize someone.
Yeah. I think I could do that.
You do need to make sure we have the passwords, though. If
Mhm.
you're going to be murdered in this scenario, we need the passwords to the podcast.
Oh,
so
you
the-
guys
the
will
show
figure
ends.
it out. No, you guys got it. I'm sure you guys got it. Based on how often Andy has asked me to get into the Patreon, I think you guys got it for sure. I think I open a small batch bakery, and I keep my overhead low, and I think I can keep that thing open for 1 year. I think. Do I got to turn a profit? Because most restaurants don't turn a profit in the first year. You know what I'm saying?
Most restaurants, I believe, fail in the first year.
Most restaurants fail in the first year, and then the ones that don't turn a profit in the first year. I think I open a very small, really small batch bakery, like the smallest of the batches of the bakeries, and I think I'm making it a
What
year.
is a small batch bakery?
Is
Huh?
that what you call it? Small batch bakery?
Small batch bakery. Yeah, I call it small batch bakery.
You make a limited amount of stuff.
You make a limit. You make small,
You're
small
open
batches
until you run out.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I got what I got, and then it's gone.
You should do this thing that I've heard about this at restaurants.
It's not a
that
restaurant.
might
Bakery's
be
not a restaurant.
Might be they're ripping me
It's
off.
a restaurant.
But people were talking about there's this restaurant that some friends of ours go to. They took us there once. They do these chickens, and they're like, we only make 14 a day. So once those 14 are gone, you can't get it. It takes a day in the brine or whatever. So we only got 14 of them. And they get it every time they go to a restaurant. They also say they've never not gotten it.
That's
You should do it like that, where it's like I only make 20 of each donut a day, but you make 100.
I make 100.
Are we calling bakeries restaurants?
Bakery's a restaurant? You eat, you go there, you order a thing, you
I
eat
think
it
a restaurant's a meal. A bakery's a bakery.
Well, why am I at fault? Because you're not eating enough baked goods. You eat till you're full. And then it's
No,
a
you
meal.
gotta have. We need
Well, you got
multiple
drinks
food
too.
groups.
I could be a breakfast.
Yeah,
you know,
I got
a bakery
coffee.
could be a breakfast.
I got freshly squeezed orange juice.
Do you got ham and cheese croissants? I really like those.
Oh yeah, is that what you want? Very
Yeah.
small
Oh,
batch.
now you're
limited,
putting meat in there.
limited quantities here. I only got about 5 of them. But
When
if
were you
get
making
there-
these apple cider donuts again?
You know what? I bought the apple cider. I have the apple cider. I just got to make it. Maybe I'll make it this weekend.
Fresh
You
out,
know?
only made 14.
Yeah. The trays are only so big, guys. You know what I mean? But yeah, I got to make that. So I'm going. I keep this bakery open a year. Maybe I fail day 366, but I think I make it 1 year.
Ooh.
1 year. That's sheer will. You know.
Yeah. I'm going restaurant too. I've brought it up on the podcast before, but I have an idea for a restaurant right there in Santa Monica on Main Street. There's not a single place that sells sandwiches, and there's nothing I want more than to grab a sandwich and go to the beach for a picnic. I think a sandwich place could be making millions of dollars.
Mhm.
I think I open a grab and go sandwich spot. And not only do I stay open for a year, I might become a billionaire.
How about this? Andy's Sandy Sammy's. You sell it right there on the beach.
Sandy's.
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 Sandy Sammy.
Sandy
Sandy's. That's
Sammy's.
where there's sand at the beach. Andy's name. There's sandwich. We got it all.
Yeah.
What's the regulations of you saying, "Hey, we'll bring it to you"?
Mhm.
Can
Oh,
the
I bet you could
beach
do that.
be your patio? Like someone's
You
like,
getting that?
Uh-huh.
"Well, here's where I am."
Yeah.
You
That's
give
a
them
good
a
idea for it to
flag?
be part of the business, because I thought
You
even
give them
like
a
we
flag.
have kind of disposable like cardboard picnic baskets that you can even like you want a full meal, just grab this
yeah.
picnic basket. And the whole
Mhm.
beach is
You gotta
sectioned
watch out
up.
for those bears.
The whole beach
Yep.
is sectioned up by lifeguard chairs. I think we could easily have a delivery system where you're on the beach, you decide you want a picnic basket brought to you.
Picnic
You'd be like, hey, I'm
basket.
by lifeguard stand 29. And
Yeah.
then we just send someone out on the beach. We're like, we'll deliver between 29 and whatever. And you could like, we'll go to 29. And you got to be like, that's us.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You got to get that Domino's technology. No, they'll deliver to
They'll
you
deliver
anywhere.
to you. In
on
the
the beach.
commercials, the guys always show up real happy, like, here it is. And I'm like, dude, you make a Domino's guy walk through the fucking sand on the beach, they're not showing up happy.
Yeah, well, what do you choose?
I'm catching a murderer.
Okay, yeah.
You worried at all about them murdering you? If you
yeah,
don't do
yeah,
it
you're getting too
successfully?
close.
You
no,
bringing
no,
him
no,
back
no.
up?
I'm. They don't even know I'm catching
Can I be
them.
your backup?
Do you need me to stay in the car
I
with
need.
the
I
kids?
need a backup. And I mean, Alex is definitely good to stay in the car with the kids. I mean, this guy. No wonder he's trying to catch
Just
a
let me know.
bakery.
You just let me know if you want me to stay in the car with the kids. I mean, their dad's out there trying to catch a murderer. They need to be, put it.
Here's what I'm doing. I'm going internet. I'm looking at all the unsolved murders. I'm probably going to get a password from somebody where I can get some of these extra
Yeah, you
unsolved
need a
murders.
cop friend.
Yeah.
Maybe I go cop
You got a
friend.
guy on the inside?
I go, hey,
You get one of those radios, one of those scanners.
yeah.
Oh, police
You're just
scanner.
cruising the neighborhood with the
Mhm.
scanner on.
Maybe what? I'm gonna go small town.
Okay.
I'm gonna go small town because here's what happens in these small town murders. They're dealing with small town cops. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're going, hey, it's food poisoning.
An
It's a
apology
gunshot
to all
wound.
the small town cops listening. We've got a big small town cop population.
I'm gonna go solve a murder in middle America, and then maybe I catch fire and I just start doing it. If these restaurant ideas you guys have take off, you can fund my catching a murderer business.
Okay. Well, Andy and I got a premise for a TV show we'd like to pitch you. It's called Small Town Murder Catcher.
Small town murder catcher.
And it stars you. So if you would like to attach yourself to this hot vehicle, the bidding war has started. So get in now. Well, I think, Andy Sammy's, and then maybe, you know what? Because a lot of these bakeries, a lot of bakeries don't even have a place where you can just go to them. They just supply baked goods to coffee shops. So maybe I'll give my baked goods to Andy Sammy's. So if they want a dessert option, then, you can also put that in your picnic basket there and have a little dessert.
Put that in your picnic basket and smoke it.
Stupid bear. Now, what do we got left here, Andy?
That's it. That's a podcast, guys.
You got tour dates coming up?
Yeah, tour dates. This week I'm going to be in Bozeman, Montana, and Helena, Montana this weekend. And then next month I'm going to be in Portland, and I'm also going to be in Appleton, Wisconsin the weekend right after Christmas. Have a good Christmas and then come out and see
New Year's
me in
Eve?
Appleton, Wisconsin. Not New Year's Eve.
What's
but
this?
the
How do you get that?
weekend right after.
What's that on the 18th? What's that weird effect on your calendar? Or is that done? Okay,
That's a little piece of dirt. That's a little piece of dirt. That was dirt.
It looked like a
Those little pieces of dirt.
Sharpie had like underlined the 18th.
That's
I was
awesome.
like, what is going on
That's
there?
great that happened.
That's fun. Well, get out there, see Andy, subscribe to the Patreon, and follow us on social media. We'll see you later.
Bye.